Should be a great day for racing. It is absolutely gorgeous outside. Temperatures right around 80 or so. Beautiful day in northeastern Ohio. Don't get these too often at the end of September. We ain't going to be able to have them very much longer. So big field of open compacts, and let's run through your lineup starting on the pole. In the number 43 is Andrew Bethards, and alongside the 62 is Caden Scott.
Inside of row 2 is the 7 of Will Custer and Gavin Roop in the outside lane.
Inside row number 3 in the number 2 is Clayton Oliver, and in the 45T is Timmy Kaup.
Delmer Clark in the 0 and Jordan Greathouse in the 085 in row 4.
Hall of Famer Terry Coletti in the 27, and the 47 Hall of Famer Don Rufner Jr.
The 6 of Dylan Martin and the 202 of Kiera Maurer.
The 68X is the Mean Bean, Corbin Robinson, and the 1 is Stephen Lester.
Douglas Ralph in the 01 and Cheyenne West in the 13.
The 52 is Jeremy Salinger. The 19 is Will Rogers.
The 4 of Brody Nagel and the black and pink 19 of Laura Day.
The 57 is the Sizzler Blaze Bacon. The number 12 is Jimmy McKinley. And rounding out the field, the 99 is Jordan Gruhl. Your open compact feature getting ready to go green on day number 2 of the Fall Classic in 2025 at Midvale Speedway. We're underway. Problems already down in turn number 1. Looks like Alan Clark up against the wall. You had the 68 of Corbin Robinson involved in that as well. Caution on the speedway on lap number 1, turn number 1. As they come by, we'll see if Corbin Robinson does have some right side. All right, we'll try it again. 30 lap open compact feature to kick off day number 2. We're underway.
.202 of Kiera Maurer around. Hard impact from the 13 of Cheyenne West. Yellow flag out again. We see him cleaning up some of the fluids that came out of the 13. You can still see that replay up on the big screen there. So we do want to thank Dynamite Performance Tuning while they...
Andrew Bethards, Caden Scott, Will Custer, Gavin Roop, your top 4. We'll see after almost a half hour if we can finally get a lap in. Green flag in the air. Hey, we got a lap in. Caden Scott was your leader at the line, trying to clear Andrew Bethards in the high lane. Caden Scott going to lead lap number 2 with a little bump draft from Gavin Roop.
Anthony Kelp.
Still 2x2x2 up front. Caden Scott trying to get that race lead away from Andrew Bethards.
Coming in on lap 6, getting into a little bit of lap traffic here. We'll see how the field splits the 19.
Still side by side up front. Gavin Roop starting to get impatient. Still a long way to go.
Caden Scott with the advantage through the corner. Gavin Roop looking to follow him past Bethards. The 0-1 hard into the front stretch wall. Will Rogers into it as well, and there's a fire under the hood.
Of course, the safety team on the scene. Great job by them. They'll get the fire put out on the 0-1 of Douglas Ralph, who took a hard hit into the front straightaway wall right in front of Chief Starter Jonathan Smith. Austin over talking to him now with Leanne.
And you saw that was a tactical approach. Austin went for the driver to get the driver out while someone else went for the fire. And that is intentional that way. Looks like he's all right, waving to the crowd.
Also, again, a big welcome back to Nick and Leanne for being here. Good to see you guys. Welcome home. I told you last night, no more North Carolina. You need to come back home. So you take a look up at the H&M Collision big screen as Mid-Vid Racing Videos right on the scene. A lot of damage on that 0-1. Trying to make sure that he keeps that 9 car behind him. So maybe a little strategy coming into play. 10 laps complete. Getting ready to come back to green in the Rock Dog restart zone. We're underway.
Looks a little bit like Talladega with the tandem drafting down the straightaway.
Still side by side up front. Caden Scott, Andrew Bethards. Maybe a little strategy coming into play here out of those two. Keeping the 45 and the 9 behind them. Halfway home, cross flags in the air. 15 in, 15 to go.
And they get together, and that allows Gavin Roop to move beside the 43. Caden Scott's going to have to... Oh!
Caden Scott maybe dragging the brake a little bit through 3 and 4, trying to back up to the 43 of Bethards, who sideways gets into Roop. That opens up the bottom. Here comes Timmy Kalp.
Looks like he dead pedaled there through the corner. Unfortunately, he dropped back far enough that allows everybody to go single file.
Yeah, and that's there goes the strategy. Now if you're Caden Scott, you just got to go like a bat out of you-know-where to see if it's been problems for Gavin Roop.
Flat left front, it looks like.
Gavin Roop to the infield. Was running in the second spot. Timmy Kalp going to try and run down the 62 of Caden Scott with Corbin Robinson and the General Will Custer.
And Terry Coletti rounding out the top 5. Oh, Clayton Oliver pulling to the infield as well.
Looks like we got a parking lot started over in the infield.
Five laps to go this time by Caden Scott out in front of Timmy Kalp, trying to get around the lap car of Jordan Gruhl.
Four laps to go as Timmy Kalp four-wheel slide through 4. That's going to allow Corbin Robinson to get to the bottom. And Caden Scott loves to see what's going on behind him because he's got about a 10 or 12 car length lead with just 3 laps to go. 3 to go.
Oh, Timmy Kalp and Corbin Robinson together. They both keep moving. Looks like Timmy's losing some brakes. We got the 085 of Jordan Greathouse on the front stretch. Very slow. Will Custer looking to take third from Timmy Kalp. White flag in the air. 1 lap to go for Caden Scott. Coming down the back stretch, Timmy Kalp looking at the inside, but on the front stretch, Caden Scott is your winner. Robinson, Custer, Kalp, Coletti, Bethard, Salinger, Blaze Bacon, Don Roofner Jr., and Dylan Martin rounding out the field.
Finlayson Towing, TDT Septic and Excavating, Cronizer's Small Engine Repair, Bear Claw Farms, Car Time Express sponsored number 62 year Open Compact Feature winner, Keaton Scott. All right, so I think everybody in the place knew what the strategy was, because I know you drugged the brake a little bit to get back to Andrew, didn't you?
Well, a little bit. I mean, he's my teammate. We're starting on the pole, so.
Well, listen, that's part of racing is strategy, right? And you and Andrew are trying to stay side by side. Last couple laps, then you figure it out. But you gotta do what you gotta do. But for you, you had a good enough car. Once you got out front, I mean, they would reel you in a little bit, but they still had to get around you.
Oh yeah, that was the hard part, them getting around me. So.
Absolutely, man. Who do you want to thank on the 62?
I gotta thank my dad, Andrew Bethards, for all the help this past weekend with changing tires from both classes. Chronizer, Small Engine Repair, Bear Claw Farm, TDT Septic, Lee's Famous Recipe, Reichman Plumbing, Finlayson Towing, Car Time, and obviously my dad.
Nothing better than finishing the season with a win.
Oh yeah, especially with the luck we've had. So.
Absolutely. Congratulations, buddy.
Thank you.
Your winner, Keaton Scott.
Down the back stretch, coming to the green flag from Chief Starter Jonathan Smith. And green flag is out. Bob Johnson loose allows his team car to get underneath of him.
Mark Lucius looking to the outside of Barney Gerber for the race lead. That 29 truck, your championship truck in the 2025 season with Mark Lucius and Trenton Croft trying to get around veteran Barney Gerber. Mark Lucius to the lead. Can he clear Gerber? Lucius a little sideways off of 2. He's got Gerber cleared. Can go to the bottom and does. New race leader Mark Lucius.
7 laps in, 5 laps to go. Josh Peebles to the infield, and the yellow flag is out. Josh Peebles hasn't been in one of these trucks since 2020 and got himself a little resituated with the infield there.
He was having a good run in that third spot. And now just going to drop back a
Restart zone. 4 laps to go. Lucius goes. Green flag is out.
Bob Johnson drops back in the high lane. Here comes Peebles back to the inside to take over that third spot. Barney Gerber trying to run down race leader Mark Lucius. 2 laps to go this time around. Johnson back to the outside of Peebles. White flag for Mark Lucius in the 29. Off of turn number 4, checkered flag for Mark Lucius. Barney Gerber finishes second, Josh Peebles third, and Bob Johnson finishing fourth in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Sport Trucks. Your champion in 2025 finishes up the season in Midvale Speedway Victory Lane.
In the 7-day theory, Tony's Corner Cafe, Morris Farm, Cosmos Auto Repair, number 29. Put your hands together for Mark Lucius. Mark, I know you're pulling double duty. You had a little bit of a rough night last night in the Wheelman. I know you guys had some problems with Brendan's car, so nice end to your weekend.
Yeah, definitely a rough weekend for us. Probably because it's strung together is flawless. But yeah, Brendan had a motor problem, and I tore the whole front off the car last night, so good to at least be in the ring tonight.
Yeah, it looked like a modified when you finished it up, but anybody else you'd like to thank on this truck?
I think Croft and Bob, and then I want to thank all the guys that let me race this year, like my nephew Jeff. Robbie Peach just let me drive his car a couple of times, and Brendan let me drive his car. So I really appreciate everybody giving me the opportunity. We can't really afford to do 2 cars, so we put all the money towards Brendan, so it works out good. That's good.
All right, everybody, put your hands together for Mark Lucius.
All right, getting ready to go street stock racing at Midvale Speedway for the 2025 Fall Classic. Starting on the pole, Nate Smart in the 17. Alongside the number 10 is Cody Colmar.
The 00 of Eddie Tannerelli and Landon Addy in the 28 in row 2.
Row number 3, the 21 of Brady Cart, the 88 is Dennis Wood.
Ian Porco in the 64 and your 2025 season champion, John Ambrose.
The XX1 is Justin Riley, the 75 is Tyler Harmon.
The 58 is Zach Kogar and the 99 is Jason Gruhl.
The 22 is Kylie Wood, the 5 is the Pork Chop Brandon Thomas.
Rounding out the field in the number 4 is Mike Cart and the 68 of Gary Hoopengarner.
Getting ready to go green, Chief Starter Jonathan Smith's green flag in hand. We're underway in the street stock feature.
Zach Kogar is slow on the front stretch. Gary Hoopengarger behind him. Yellow flag is out.
Some damage on the left front of Zach Kogar. Yeah, just a chain reaction kind of thing. The XX1 got checked up, and the 58 was trying to get to the inside of the 75. He came down and got into the 58 at Kogar. So looks like everybody's going to be good to go. Complete restart. We'll try it again.
See Terry Coletti down there on the front stretch. It looks like he survived his compact race.
Top 5. Nothing wrong with that in the return to racing.
It's not a Mountain Dew either.
Yeah, what's up with that? Hey, just so you know, we saw you stop and get a Mountain Dew and a fresh pack of cigarettes during that feature. We saw it. We also saw you watching the Browns game, so you're probably in trouble for a $50 fine or so for that. All right, let's go street stock racing. We'll try it again. Nate Smart, Cody Colmar. Green flag. Kylie Wood getting around Zach Kogar, back about the 10th spot, 10th and 11th. Dennis Wood underneath Cody Colmar. He'll move up to the 6th spot. So move the 88 up to 6th, right behind the 24 of Ambrose. So Vinny Tannerelli hanging on to that 2nd spot. Brady Cart 3rd, then the 64 of Ian Porco. Nate Smart continues to pull away. 2.5 lead last time around. We'll see what it is this time. 1.7. So continuing to pull away is the 17 by about 0.2 a lap out front. Not wanting to see any cautions as Brady Cart into the back of the grocery grabber.
A little bit of a brake check on the 21 there. Oh, Ambrose to the infield. Is he going to get pulled over far enough to get out of the way? Yellow flag is out.
Problems for John Ambrose. I might be wrong, but I think something happened to the car. That's why he pulled where he did. I don't think there was any contact that got him there. I could be wrong. See if Mid-Vid Racing Videos caught a replay of that one. So John Ambrose being pushed pit side. I didn't think he got down there with any contact or anything. I think obviously just a mechanical issue on the 24, so tough break for your champion from 2025. You've got the XX1 of Justin Riley, got some damage in that chain reaction deal. Tyler Harmon as well. So 8 laps in. Nate Smart, Vinny Tannerelli, Brady Cart, Ian Porco, and Dennis Wood, your top 5. Leading the field, back to green, into that Rock Dog restart zone. Next time around, we'll fire them off. Vinny Tannerelli, Kylie Wood all the way up. And where did Kylie come from? She started back towards the back, now up to 4th.
She was in 8th, and nobody else took the high line. Same thing
Phew.
Pork Chop did.
Yeah.
8th place and 10th place both moved up 4 spots.
Stunning. And Nate Smart hits the gas and rolls away. Good start by Nate. Nate Smart starting to pull away from Brady Cart. About 3 or 4 car lengths. Then a couple more back to Vinny Tannerelli and the 64 Porco. The 22 and 88 of Kylie and Dennis Wood. Justin Riley pulls pit side just shy of the halfway mark in the XX1.
75 of Harmon slow on the front stretch. See if he pulls pit side. And he's going to make it through there. And the 4 of Mike Cart.
Oh, Vinny gets into the wall on the front straightaway. And that allows the 64 Porco around the outside. Here comes the 22 of Kylie Wood. Not sure how the 00 got there, but he slapped the wall off at 4.
Kylie Wood to the inside of the 88. Ten laps to go for Nate Smart.
Dennis Wood up to the 4th spot as he gets around the 00 of Tannerelli. Kylie Wood trying to do the same. Pork Chop right there in the 7th spot. So last time around, 1.3 second lead for Nate Smart. This time it is also 1.3, so really not gaining any ground as the 21 a cart. Porco 3 seconds back. We'll see if Porco's gaining any ground, although he's not gonna have the time, but we'll see if he's running a little bit quicker.
Kylie Wood into the back of the 00. Yellow flag is out.
There's your caution. 6 laps to go. Things going to get interesting now. Nate Smart with a 1.3 second lead. He had 2.8. Take a look at the H&M Collision big screen. We'll see the replay. Really good restart last time around. This time he needs another good one with 7 laps to go. Brady Cart on the outside. Nate goes. Little better start this time for Brady. Kogar way up the racetrack, and he'll pull pit side.
Ian Porco looking to take second from Cart. Yellow flag back out. 68 of Gary Hoopengarner around in turn 4. Laps to go. Nate Smart, Brady Cart, your front row. Ian Porco, Brandon Thomas, row 2. We hit the line, and green flag is out.
Here comes Porco to the inside of the 21 of Brady Cart. 6 to go.
Oh, nice save by Gary Hoopengarner in front of the back of the field. Four laps to go. The 64 has open track to the 17. Dennis Wood behind him. Nate Smart leaving the door open. Porco's in there. Side by side down the back stretch. Coming in, 2 to go this time by, and we have a new leader in Ian Porco. Dennis Wood looking to take second from Smart. White flag in the air this time for Ian Porco. Dennis Wood on his rear bumper looking for any opportunity. Wood clears Smart for second. Kart's looking for third. Coming out of 4. Checkered flags for Ian Porco. Wood, Smart, Kart, Thomas, Addy, Hoopengarner, Wood, Colmar, and rounding out your field in 10th, Vinny Tannerelli.
That's how you do it old school. You just put that little flag right in that hand, Jonathan, and let him keep right on a trucking. Ian Porco used the final restart to get around Brady Kart, and then Nate Smart got just a little bit loose and opened the door, and Porco drove right through it and into Midvale Speedway victory lane. In the DJs, Weldon Construction, Trenton Service, Pangrazio's Pizza, and Spaghetti House, Enos Race Cars. And by the way, this car is for sale. Getting ready to climb out your street stock 2025 Fall Classic feature winner. Getting the belts undone, Hans device undone. Getting his hair all gelled down and ready to go. Here's your winner, Ian Porco. Dude, that was a good race, wasn't it?
That was pretty nuts, wasn't it?
Yeah, man, I'll tell you what. I think Nate had everybody covered if it stayed green, and that caution came out, and you chose the bottom, was able to get around Brady, and then he left the door open, and you drove this 64 right through it. You had the best car all weekend.
Car was pretty good all week. I mean, just pretty good, you know.
Yeah, well, I mean, look, when you're fast in the wheel, man, and you're fast in this, well, what are you going to do, right? Then it's up to you because they gave you a good car.
That's right. That's right. They work on it hard. My grandpa, Rick Parker, Toby, Luke, everybody who helps out. It's a lot of work.
Oh yeah, it's a lot of work. You cut your hair too.
I did. I changed the drive shaft last week during hot laps. I got grease all through my hair. Couldn't get it out.
So you had to cut it.
I said, honey, get the clippers.
Listen, hey, so now you got to keep it short because it brought you good luck.
Something like that, yeah.
Who do you want to thank, man, sponsor-wise on this thing, too?
I got to thank Trenton Service, Pangrazio's Pizza, Yerksville Sandblasting, Old Warehouse Ceramics, and DJ's Weld.
And if somebody wants to buy it, it's sitting here, right?
$8,000, no motor. Come get it.
There you go. What are you doing for next year?
Hopefully get it modified. I don't know. We'll see.
Okay.
If this is still around, we'll be running it.
You'll be in something, though.
Something.
All right, Ian Porco not going anywhere, but today he's your feature winner of the Fall Classic.
After the open modified feature that's up next, we are going to do the Queen of Hearts drawing, so make sure you get down there, get your tickets at the beverage barn. To his outside in the 51, Rick Elkins. The 410 of Ryan Jersick and Nathan Embry in the 10. The 32 of Norm Taylor and the 0 of Lucas Ripley in row 3.
Row 4, the 331 of Mike Stone, the 12 of Bubba Smith.
11-time track champion Kevin McClintock in the 38. To his outside in that pink 21, Sam Bingham.
The 17 is Nathan McCauley. The 3 is your fastest qualifier, Jeff Dunphy III.
The 25 is Gerald Eltner. The 6 is Kyle Lawson.
The 07 is Kyle Purvis. The 32 is Brian Wetnall.
Johnny Buckshot in the 00 and Bob Sibla Jr. in the 82.
Sean Lewis in the 38, Matt Winningham in the 27.
And rounding out the field in the 56 is John White.
So getting ready to go green. Tyler Knuckles with Gary St. Amant watching along. Rick Elkins in the crate motor on the outside. Green flag is in the air. Oh, contact between the two leaders. Hard into the wall and piling in turn number one. Contact between Elkins and Knuckles just after the start-finish line, back from the fence in turn one. Do not go up by the fence in turn number one. So taking a look at the H&M Collision big screen as we watch the drivers climb out of cars on the front straightaway. We'll see what happened on Racing America TV in the Mid-Vid video replay. Drop of the green flag and the 57 of Knuckles starts to come up the racetrack. Still coming up the racetrack, still coming up the racetrack and in to Rick Elkins Jr. So not sure. Tyler Knuckles just kept coming up the racetrack and ran out of racing room, and Elkins was there. Looks like Bubba Smith climbing out of his car, Gerald Altizer as well. Bubba Smith got into the 51 of Elkins hard, and Altizer almost flipped Bubba Smith over.
It looks like all the drivers are out of their cars and good to go over there. So, again, we want to thank our Midvale safety crew for getting over the dollars. See some hard damage on the left front of the 51 of Elkins and the right front, obviously, from getting into the wall. Good to see Rick out there moving in the car. The gift shop will be closing in 15 minutes down there. So if you need any of the Midvale swag, you've got about 15 minutes for that.
Also, Conotton Valley Softball doing 50-50 here at the racetrack, so make sure you stop down and see Conotton Valley Softball. I know they're getting ready to do a trip to Pigeon Forge in the spring for spring training, so make sure you stop down and help them get to Pigeon Forge, Tennessee next spring. So please stop down and get the 50-50 for Conotton Valley Softball.
See him cautiously pulling the 12 of Bubba Smith across those turtles down there in the corner. Winner of 2 of the 3 open races this year, unfortunately.
The right call, and the 57 goes to the tail. So we'll re-rack and go from there. Don't forget the Conotton Valley Rockets going through the softball team, going through the grandstands. They got the bucket right there. They're right by the start-finish line. So make sure you get your 50-50 tickets. They're right here at the start-finish line. 50 tickets being sold by the Conotton Valley softball team is Ryan Jersick, Nathan Embry getting ready to go green. They are on the front row. 40-lap open mod feature, Fall Classic. We're underway. Jursic trying to hang on in that bottom lane. Nathan Embry's been quick all weekend in that 10 machine, trying to get around in that outside lane. Lucas Ripley got up into that oil dry, slipped up just a little bit. Norm Taylor trying to get underneath the 10 of Embry for second. Little contact there. Going to open up the bottom for Embry if he wants it. Taylor still there. More contact between the 32 and 10. Mike Stone.
Oh,
to the
yellow
inside
flag.
and caution.
Kyle
Yeah.
Lawson around.
Tyler Knuckles and the 6 of Lawson down there. I think Knuckles just got, I think he stopped after the Lawson spin. We'll have to check the replay, see if Mid-Vid got the replay, but Ripley on the outside along with the 3 of Jeff Dunphy the third, the 07 of Kyle Purvis on the outside lane. Sofield gets the 1 to go signal, 3 laps in. We'll see if we can get it. Some laps on the board. Again, the Conotton Valley softball team going around selling those 50-50 tickets, so make sure you stop and get those. Be drawing in just a little bit. Appreciate them here doing that. Moving into the Rock Dog restart zone, Jursic and Embry. Jursic goes late. Green flag is in the air.
Oh, yellow flag. Kyle Purvis and Sam Bingham to the turn 1 wall. Sorry, that's Michael Stone. So a little bit of displeasure with the 3 of Dunphy.
Looks like Mike Stone trying to pull away, and Kyle Purvis very upset with Dunphy. We'll see what happens here on the H&M Collision big screen. You can see Dunphy in the center of the screen. He's trying to get down behind the 0 of Ripley. That is the 331 of Stone. Was there, and Dunphy and him make contact. Stone turns up the racetrack and collects Kyle Purvis. And they go into the wall in turn number 1. So here's a better view from the Mid-Vid Racing video team. Great view is Dunphy trying to get to the bottom. The 331 of Stone, and he gets in a little deeper and got onto the binders. They're still not all the way on the bottom of the racetrack. Just a very weird accident right there. Didn't look like Dunphy crowded the 331 of Stone much. It looked like maybe Stone got on the brakes and it started to swap end on him. And Ryan Jursic and Nathan Embry. Green flag back in the air. Mike Stone pulls into the infield. Problems for the 331, obviously, after that contact with the 3 of Dunphy and the 07 of Purvis as he pulls to the infield. Good battle up front. Here comes Storm and Norm to the inside of the 10 of Embry. Lucas Ripley looking to the inside of Nathan Embry in that number 10 machine for the third spot. Little contact there between the 10 and the 0. Norm Taylor now after the 410 of Ryan Jursic. Jursic your leader. Norm Taylor second. Lucas Ripley up to third. Nathan Embry trying to close the door on Sibla and does. So they'll round out the top 5. Then Nathan McCauley, Kyle Lawson, Sean Lewis, and Tyler Knuckles. Nathan Embry pulls pit side out of the 4th position. Problems for the 10 as he pulls pit side. That moves the 82 of Sibla up and Sean Lewis sideways. So Tyler Knuckles receiving the black flag for his part in getting into the 38 of Sean Lewis and the deal off of the start. So Tyler Knuckles receiving the black flag for rough driving. He'll be sent pit side and will continue to march on with Ryan Jursic holding a 9/10 of a second lead over Norm Taylor and Lucas Ripley.
Ryan Jursic coming up on the back of the pack.
Still trying to get the 57 of Tyler Knuckles black flagged and put to the pit area. Finally adhering to it after several times to get him to go pit side. Just un-Tyler Knuckles like that, yeah, just not his best race here at Midvale Speedway, and we'll just leave it at that.
Lucas Ripley on the back of the 32 trying to take second. Matt Winningham pulling off the track. 25 laps in, 15 laps to go.
Ryan Jursic making his way through traffic, gets around the 00 of Buckshot. The 32 of Norm Taylor under fire from Lucas Ripley for the second spot. Jursic has a 1 second lead over Norm Taylor and Lucas Ripley. Bob Sibla Jr., a good strong run in 4th. Talked to Bob earlier tonight. He said, I have no idea what's going on with this race car. One time I get it good. When I show back up at the racetrack, it's completely the opposite what it was, and we didn't touch anything. So very frustrated is Bob Cibla Jr., but this is going to be a feel-good story for him, running in the top 5 and solid in the top 5, with Nathan McCulley rounding out that top 5. Then Christina White's fiance running in the 6th spot, and Sam Bingham. And then your fastest qualifier having a good run back up through is Jeff Dunphy III, back up to 7th after being charged with that caution early on. So Ryan Jurczyk going to come down the back straightaway into turn number 3. Going to see 10 laps to go. Oh, and caution on the speedway. Brian Wetnall spins in turn 4. Caution right in front of the leaders. Your national anthem singer tonight, Brian Wetnall, got sideways in turns 3 and 4, bringing out the caution with 11 laps to go. Mike Stone pulls pit side in the 331.
Yeah, looking at that replay on the big screen, you see him get in there very close to the 10 cars left out on the track. Johnny Buckshot rounding out the field back there, a little bit of damage on it.
That means 11 casualties we've had tonight through 29 laps. Green flag back in the air. Oh, Norm Taylor got a good restart. Norm Taylor to the outside of Ryan Jurczyk. Been a little while since Norm's won an open mod race at Midvale. Trying to look to get another one. Storm and Norm in the outside lane trying to get around Ryan Jurczyk. Oh, drifting into turn 1 was Norm, and he slid up the racetrack, opening up the bottom for Lucas Ripley. He gave it all he had in that outside lane.
Yeah, he'll settle into 3rd place. Oh, and he's sideways, and will he keep moving? Yellow flag is out. Norm Taylor trying to get back that position and just went in there and locked him up.
I think I know what happened, but we'll tell the real story by taking a look at it. Norm gets in trying to get a look at Lucas Ripley and just got in a little too hard and it started to swap ends on him, so no contact from behind. Norm Taylor just giving it his all in that 32, and you got to give a man credit. He was running hard, but there was no contact from behind for the 21 of Sam Bingham, and the 32 of Norm Taylor will be charged with the caution. Speedway Action Magazine, of course, you can find that article, so make sure you check it out. Jim Foose Jr. does a great job, him and his dad, of promoting racing all around the country.
In the restart zone, and we're underway. Lucas Ripley with a great start. Jurczyk had been holding back on those starts until that white line, and Ripley was ready. Oh, looks like he may have gone before the line, so we'll get him reset.
Again, the leader has the control of the race. The leader, anywhere in that zone, it doesn't matter who's driving the car, it doesn't matter what car it is. It matters that the leader dictates when the race starts on a restart. When they get into that zone between the line in turn 3 and the line in turn 4, the leader can go at any time he wants to, and nobody else can go until he goes.
If he waits until the white line, at that point,
everybody can go.
Everybody can go. But if the leader bobbles and gets off the gas, spins his tires, once he goes, that's an official start.
Correct. So moving into the Rock Dog restart zone. Ryan Jursic can hit the gas now if he wants to. He can go now. There was contact from behind. Wow, messy start there between Lucas Ripley and Jursic way up the racetrack to 17 of McCauley, and caution on the speedway. Ryan Jursic definitely not happy with Lucas Ripley as the two exchange hand signals down the front straightaway. It's always not a good thing when you make contact before you even take the green flag. So
in the zone, we're in the restart zone, and good start. Ripley crowds him a little going into the corner, has the better run down the backstretch, and Lucas Ripley will take the lead going into 3.
new race leader, the big dog, Lucas Ripley. Ryan Jursic led 31 laps of this event, and now he's back to second. How about Jeff Dunphy the third? From the back all the way back up to the front in that number 3, running in the third machine, or in the third position in the 3 machine. Threes are wild. 33 laps complete when I said that. I told you, threes are wild. Go play the lottery. If you win, you're welcome. Sam Bingham in the 4th spot, and Bob Sibla Jr. in 5th.
Five laps to go for Lucas Ripley, coming in on 4 to go, extending his lead out. Norm Taylor pulls pit side. 3 to go this time by Dunphy, all over the back of the 410. Bob Sibla Jr. looking to get around Bingham. Oh! Pass for second. Dunphy into second. 2 to go. White flag out for Lucas Ripley. 1 lap to go. Dunphy, Jursic, Bingham, Sibla round out your top 5. Out of 4, dual checkers for Lucas Ripley. Dunphy second, Jursic third, Bingham 4th, Sibla rounding out your top 5. McCulley, Lawson, Lewis, and Johnny Buckshot, the last car running in 9th position.
Turn 3 gang, Eddie Performance Solutions sponsored. Number 0, your winner, the big dog, Lucas Ripley. Dude, it's not supposed to be this hot in September, I don't think, but you'll take it, right?
Yeah, fat people don't like this.
No, fat people don't like this. I'm with you. I get you. Listen, just a really odd race, right? I mean, right from the drop of the green flag, you were patient. That pays off sometimes. The outside lane finally came in. You got a good restart, and, you know, after a little bit of contact, but no harm, no foul. I know it was nothing, you know what I mean? He's trying to hold you high. You're trying to pinch him down. Just a racing deal, right?
Right, well, I mean, none of that was me. I don't drive like, I was getting fucking blasted in the ass end, and it just fucking turned me into it. I didn't do that shit. I about slowed down, but then I knew I'd get fucking run over, so.
Well, apologize everybody for the language on national TV, but yeah, you forget we're on national TV, don't you, big dog?
My bad.
Okay, so let's talk positivity. This car was really good in the outside lane, and it took off when you needed it to, and you were patient all along.
Yeah, I mean, that's half of these races, just dodging everything. I mean, I all but plowed Embry on that first start, but I was able to miss him, and half of this stuff's luck.
I get it. No worries. This number 0. You got sponsors on here. You got family. You got crew. Tell me who you want to thank.
Yeah, the sponsors, LTR Industries, Ridgeco Pallet, Eddie Performance, Turn 3 Gang. I just like the sticker, and they let me stick it on there. They sent me the file. But, you know, ain't really had a whole lot of help this year. I mean, Dad comes out and gives a hand whenever he needs to. You know, Carl and Willie stop down. And I'm sure I'm missing some people, but a lot of it's just, I mean, I ain't raced a whole lot of neither, so there ain't been a whole lot of wrenching. This is only my 4th race.
Well, 4th race, finds in victory lane. You can put this thing, put a cover over it on the winner, and get ready for next year.
Yep, that'll work.
Congratulations. Your winner, Lucas Ripley. Well, the fines from the FCC will come later. Hey, Lucas, the FCC will take the fines out of your paycheck when you get over there.
In the 83, it's R.J. White. And to his outside in the 59, it's Gary Whipke, the Whip.
The 45 is Kevin Garner. He is in row number 3 on the inside. And 4-time late model champion on the outside, Bob Snyder Jr.
Former track owner and Hall of Famer Bear Schwartz in the 77. And to his outside, teammate A.P. Wren.
The number 12 is Alex Stavars. And the 87 is Mike Mazzagatti.
In the 65, it's El Presidente, Jimmy Carter. And to his outside, the 62, Caleb Swanson.
In the number 49 machine is Tim Sibla. Alongside your fastest qualifier, the 87 of Chloe Mazzagatti.
The 25 is Chris Grubbs, and to his outside, Jonathan Ritter, the winner at Lorraine the last time out.
The 169 driving for the Animal is Bryant Smith. And in the 69, the Animal Racing Machine, Denny Benjamin. So getting ready to go green for the late model Fall Classic feature. Kenny Feaster Jr. and Tim Allensworth. Green flag in the air. Tim Allensworth around the outside of Feaster Jr. Tim Allensworth picking up right where he left off on Labor Day weekend out front at Midvale Speedway in the late models. Kenny Feaster Jr., R.J. White, Gary Whipke, and the 45 of Kevin Garner. Your top 5, 2 laps on the board. Gary Whipke looking to the inside of R.J. White for the 3rd spot. Move the whip up to the 3rd position behind Feaster and Allensworth. A little bit of contact between Alex Stavars and the 65 of Jimmy Carter mid-pack. That stacks up the field. Chloe Mazzagatti trying to get around the 12. That's back around the 10th position. Bryant Smith back in the pack, going to get by Tim Sibla as well as the 25 of Chris Grubbs. But now leaders starting to enter that traffic zone about the 10-lap mark. Denny Benjamin and the 62 of Swanson going to go a lap down to the 21 of Tim Allensworth. Kenny Feaster Jr., Gary Whipke going to get through on the bottom lane through traffic, as does Kevin Garner. Good, strong top 5 run for Kevin Garner right now in that 4th position. R.J. White in 5th, Bob Snyder Jr. 6th, then Mazzagatti, Carter, and Mazzagatti.
Bear Schwartz pulling pit side.
Jonathan Ritter pulls pit side as well in the 28 machine. One up at Lorraine, and their cavalcade has not had a very good weekend here at Midvale Speedway as he pulls pit side. 15 laps on the board. Again, leaders in traffic. The 21 of Allensworth trying to get around Tim Sibla and the 57 of AP Wren. The 13 of Kenny Feaster Jr. trying to hold back the 59 of Whipke. Tim Allensworth with a 1.8 second lead over Kenny Feaster Jr. as they have cleared traffic for now. We'll see what it is this time. It's 1.9, so Allensworth a 10th better that lap. Gary Whipke all over the back of the 13. And again, a strong run out of Kevin Gardner in that 45. That's the best we've seen this 45 run through 20 laps in quite some time here at Midvale Speedway.
Halfway flags coming out for Tim Allensworth. 25 to go.
Chloe Mazzagatti, your fastest qualifier, working her way up through nicely. Just those guys towards the back, guys and girls towards the back, just need a caution. And right now, caution not coming on the speedway, and that's okay. As Chloe trying to get to the inside of Bob Snyder Jr., that for the 6th position. So Chloe started all the way towards the back, started behind Jimmy Carter, behind her dad in the 87. She's been able to work her way up through, and now that 2nd through about 10th, all kind of starting to accordion together behind race leader Tim Allensworth.
And yellow flag is out.
Hey, Mazzagatti just... The 65 of Jimmy Carter. We'll see if what happens off of turn number 4. Jimmy Carter gets into the back of the 87 of Chloe Mazzagatti on the H&M Collision big screen. Pretty obvious that the contact off the corner, and then it was very obvious that the 87 of Mike Mazzagatti got after the 65 going into turn number 1. So continuing to watch it on the replay. Again, same angle, you could see it. Good angle in turn number 4. Carter got into the back of the 87 of Chloe. And then Mike Mazzagatti retaliating into turn number 1 on the 65 of Carter. So Mike Mazzagatti getting the black flag for spinning out the 65 of Jimmy Carter after the caution. Experience in late model racing on that front row. Kenny Feaster Jr., R.J. White, Kevin Garner, Chloe Mazzagatti, Bob Snyder Jr., Jimmy Carter. A good mix of veterans and inexperience mingled in that top 10. Getting ready to come to Chief Starter Terry Coletti's green flag off of turn number 4. They're in the restart zone. The Rock Dog restart zone. Allensworth waits late, and the green is in the air. Lipke comes down and closed the door on the 13 of Feaster. That opens up the high lane for R.J. White.
"20 laps to go for Tim Allensworth as he tries to pull away from Gary Whipke, but that advantage he had before the caution is not there now.
How about Kevin Garner? Just got to the inside of the 13 of Kenny Feaster Jr. Kevin Garner moving back into that top 4. Now here's El Presidente, Jimmy Carter, up to the 5th spot. Mazzagatti going to move up to 6th as she gets around the 13 of Feaster, and Feaster going to pull pit side immediately.
Looks like the 12 of Alex Stavar is doing the same. He was pushing really hard out of 4 recently.
.38 laps on the board this time, 38 laps down. Tim Allensworth holds a 1.5 second lead over Gary Whipke, 2.5 seconds back to R.J. White, and then the 45 of Kevin Garner, the 65 of Jimmy Carter, the 87 of Chloe Mazzagatti, the 17 of Bob Snyder Jr., and the 169 of Brian Smith. Tim Allensworth working his way through lap traffic. Bob Snyder Jr. almost spun off of turn number 4. Five fingers in the air. 5 laps to go for Tim Allensworth. Gary Whipke second. RJ White third. Kevin Garner fourth. And the 65 of Jimmy Carter rounding out the top 5. Lap and a half to go for Tim Allensworth. What a very clean, very good late model race at Midvale Speedway. White flag in the air. 1 lap to go. Only the one caution when Chloe Mazzagatti got spun off of turn number 4. 25 laps in, 23 laps in. Twin checkers, your winner, Tim Allensworth. Gary Whipke second, RJ White third. Kevin Garner, a great run in 4th. Jimmy Carter comes back to finish 5th. Chloe Mazzagatti, Bob Snyder Jr., Chris Grubbs, Bryant Smith, and AP Wren round out your top 10. A very attrition-free, clean, late model feature to end things for the 2025 season at Midvale Speedway for the late models. Still have the Burkett Nestor race car modifieds and the Crown Vics, along with a couple powder puffs if we get sign-ups for those to finish up 2025 at Midvale Speedway. Great run by Tim Allensworth, the Batman and the Batmobile, coming all the way up from North Carolina. Has a home down in Coshocton, pulls into Midvale Speedway victory lane. Jason Shaw will be there shortly.
Getting all his safety gear unhooked here. Give him a second to catch his breath. Put your hands together for Tim Allensworth. So one, I heard that the bat plane had some issues and you actually had to drive the Batmobile in for 9 hours to get here.
Yeah, not quite as much fun as flying up here, that's for sure. I kept looking at those mile markers and I was like, man, from here it's normally like an hour and I got 7 hours to go. Or 3 hours to go. It was a struggle. But with that hurricane coming, I just had to be safe, making sure I could get home safely tomorrow. So just had to do it the old school way, drive her up. So.
Well, we make fun of the Batman deal because I guess the kids in your neighborhood said it looks like the Batmobile.
Yeah, there's one of my mom and dad's neighbors. The kid came down and said our car looked scary. Said it looked like a Batmobile, so we just kind of embraced it. And had a sticker made up and handed out a bunch of stickers to the kids last night. So it was a lot of fun.
So one caution out there. Car looked like it was on rails like it has been all season. Did you make any adjustments for this weekend?
Yeah, my dad has worked so hard on this car all season long, and it's just a pleasure to drive. It was a great season. I got to dedicate this win to one of our longtime friends that passed away about this time last year. he used to come up. He's been coming to Mid-Vale Speedway since the 70s, helping my dad. And John Phillips is greatly missed in the pits, and our family definitely miss him. So I want to dedicate this win and overall this season to him. I got to thank my mom and dad and my wife. My wife and son are at home in North Carolina. They couldn't make it up today. So hi Ashley, hey Maverick. Hope you guys are doing good. Can't wait to see you tomorrow.
Put your hands together for Tim Allensworth.
Here at Midvale Speedway, Mikey Lawson going to start on the pole in the number 5. Alongside the 33 is Bill Shimko. Row number 2, Bob Sibla Jr. pulling double duty in the mods tonight. Chuck Elkins III starts on the outside, row number 2. Conrad Yoder in the 34. And the 6 of Nick Grubbs. The 88 is Ryan Gardner. The 09 is your fastest qualifier, Philip Cox. The 97 is Slick Willie Walker. The 63 is rookie Matt Darlison. And 14-year-old rookie in the 9, Jay Lawson, rounding out your field. White flag in the air, 1 to go.
And the yellow flag will be out as Elkins and Cox get together, and Grubbs is in the wall as well.
So what is going on with modifieds in the initial starts here at Midvale? So Mikey Lawson got a huge early jump, and Bill Shimko just kind of rolled out of the throttle knowing that we're going to throw the caution. And here's your replay on the big screen. You see the big lead Mikey Lawson had, and yeah, Shimko kind of rolled out of the throttle, and the 6 of Grubbs got into the 6 of Elkins, and Grubbs, I don't think he ever touched the wall. Nonetheless, Mikey Lawson just a little quick to the trigger. Coming up on the 11th. So field in turn 3. Waiting till turn 4, green flag in the air. Caution on the speedway for Mikey Lawson, jumping the restart or the initial start once again. You have to be side by side right there in turn 4. You can't go before. He could be. So field in turn 3, no laps in, green flag in the air. Mikey Lawson out to the race lead, Shimko in second, Elkins looking to the outside of the 33. Chuck Elkins III, all cattywampus down the back straightaway, but was able to save it. Dropped all the way back to the 8th position, but still has a race car. Here comes the 6 of Grubbs as the 34 of Conrad Yoder right in front of Willie Walker.
And they make contact, and Walker looks like he can still roll. So Walker gets rolling again. We'll see.
Racing 2 laps complete. Mikey Lawson, your race leader. You can see the replay on the H&M Collision big screen on Racing America TV as the 34 Conrad Yoder just lost it on the back straightaway and came right up in front of Will Walker and just missed Ryan Gardner. The youngster Ryan Gardner might have to change his drawers after the evening.
Dynamite Performance Tuning.
All right, let's go back to green flag racing. Now you can go anywhere in that restart zone, Mikey Lawson. Green flag is in the air.
The 6 of Nick Grubbs locked it up into the turn 1 wall. Not sure what happened there, but he just went straight instead of turning at the end of the straightaway. So you see the replay with the 6. He has his wheels turned all the way to the left, locked up. Looks like the throttle's stuck potentially. To the Rock Dog restart zone. 2 laps in. 28 laps to go. Green flag is out. Oh, and the 44 and the 6 get together. They keep it going. Looked like the 44 locked his tires up. Ryan Gardner and Bob Sibla Jr. almost getting together. Oh, and Sibla's sideways, saves it. That car's going away from him.
So Phil Cox trying to get around the 33 of Shimko. Mikey Lawson still out in front in the 5. Chuck Elkins into the front straightaway wall, and he's going to stop up in turn number 1. I have no idea what happened to Sibla, but he almost went up and got into Elkins, who was already parked in turn 1. Elkins was on the outside of Phil Cox, and Phil Cox came up and got into the 6 of Chuck Elkins.
Rock Rock Dog, Dynamite Performance Tuning Choose Code. You can tell it's the end of the year, Chris. I'm sorry.
No, I was just going to say that I think that the 09 of Phil Cox was charged with that caution, and then to look up, and he was.
Yeah, it looks like he moved up and got into Elkins, unfortunately. So Shimko and Lawson on the front row again. We'll try this again. See if Bill's got it down now on how Lawson's going to start.
Early, I'm guessing.
So now we're heading into the Rock Dog restart zone. We have 10 laps in, 20 to go. And green flag is out.
Shimko going to try and stay in that high lane and thought better of it. Drops in behind Mikey Lawson. Here comes the 97 of Will Walker. Conrad Yoder fighting hard in that outside lane to try and get around the 97 of Will Walker.
Halfway home. Lawson still out front over Bill Shimko, Yoder, and Walker. Oh, Walker being held up by Shimko. Not sure what happened out of the corner there.
Shimko came off turn 2 and Mikey Lawson checked up, and Shimko got into the back of him and checked up as well. That allowed Conrad Yoder to kind of pop out to the outside.
Shimko back on the bumper of that 5. Yoder trying to get around the outside of Shimko now. Pretty good battle going on for second, third, and fourth. And soon to be the lead.
Here comes Conrad Yoder to the outside of Mikey Lawson. Contact between the two. Conrad Yoder back to the outside of Mikey Lawson. Lawson on the bottom, Yoder on the top.
Oh, they get together. The 34 and the 33 and the 97 are in the aftermath. Yellow flag is out. And Shimko's helmet comes rolling down the track.
The 34 of Yoder on the top of the racetrack, the 5 of Lawson.
Walker and Cox on the front row. We'll see if there's any damage to that 97 once it goes. We're in the restart zone, and he's off. Green flag is out, 9 laps to go. Phil Cox looking to the inside of Will Walker, all over him for that first position. Will Walker fighting off Phil Cox. Coming in on 5 laps to go this time by. Gets a little bit of space between. Walker trying to hold off the advances from Phil Cox. Hey, Chris, don't forget the sign. Coming in on 2 to go, Will Walker out front. Phil Cox looking to his inside. Not quite enough. Oh, and Walker's around. Yellow flag is out. Waiting to take a look at the replay.
I mean, we had a half-decent car count in the crate mods. Looks like a dash now. Jeez, it's been a rough one with the open wheelers tonight, both divisions.
So that's the second caution on the 09 of Phil Cox. He will be going pit side because of that. Dynamite Performance Tuning choose cone out there. But Will Walker and potentially Matt Darlison on the front row, but don't count out Bob Sibla Jr. in that 44. Mikey Lawson going to the outside. Heading down the back stretch into the Rock Dog restart zone. Walker went early last time. We'll see what he does. Oh, and he hesitates just enough. But Darlison got a jump on him. And the green will stay out. Coming to the white flag this time by. Oh, and the 44 and 63 get together. Yellow flag is out. Taking a look at the replay. See Darlison on the outside. Will Walker jumping out to the lead. Matt Darlison into second. A little bit of a chain reaction there at the 44. White flag in the air. 1 lap to go for Will Walker. Coming through 3 and 4. Checkered flags out for Will Walker. Darlison, Sibla, Lawson, and Gardner rounding out your field.
Willie said he's all messed up right now. He's all discombobulated. He's in there shaking. He ain't won a feature in quite a while. So I said, "You want to take a lap, man?" He's like, "Oh yeah. Let me." He fires the car back up. I don't know. These guys all out of sorts. Maybe that's the way everybody was today. I don't know. Pulling into Midvale Speedway victory lane for the first time in a long time. He's won in street stocks and Detroit irons. I don't think he's won in a mod, but he's pulling into Midvale Speedway victory lane in the diamond refinishing. Trenton Services, Styles and Smiles, sponsored number 97. All right, so getting ready to climb out for the first time since 2003 in Midvale Speedway victory lane in his first modified win. Here's your winner, Slick Willie Walker. What?
I thought I was not going to be able to continue 3 or 4 different times.
Well, I thought so too, and when you were sitting up there, I'm like, I wonder if Willie knows if he just keeps going, he's leading.
Yeah, I figured it out, but yeah, I had my helmet off and everything. I had to put it back on.
Well, look, that was, I don't know what's going on with open wheel cars at Midvale Speedway today, but it's been a mess.
Yeah, it has. I've been in a few of them myself, but I was just lucky enough to keep going.
Well, and a lot of that was not your doing, right? You were an innocent bystander in 99% of that.
Yeah, right, I thought I was.
I thought you were too. Most of the time I would have blamed you, but I'm just messing, man. Dude, I've never gotten to interview you. This is crazy.
Yeah, that's been a long time since 03, back when we was probably like 20 years old, maybe 15.
You were in a street stock with a number 15 on the door.
Yes, yep. And then that year 03, I won 3 features in a row in September. That's the last time I won.
Well, you can check that off the books, and now you don't have to put this thing up for sale in the winter. We were sitting up there taking bets on if you were going to go buy a boat or a camper, what you were going to buy.
Yeah. And then I had the pressure on me because Lucas won and Ian won, and then I won. We all live in Uricksville, so they already won. So I got the pressure on me from like 3 different people. They said, all the winners are coming from Uricksville, so I was a little nervous about it, but it was fun.
Who you want to thank, man?
Carl Wienis, big thanks to Carl Wienis. He works like all the time. He works till about every day and stays till 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. And I noticed a big difference since he's been helping me. And then all the guys at Trenton Service, I don't want to forget anybody. My wife, Ann, my kids. Who else I got on here? Diamond Refinishing, which is Dave Saluka. And at LTR Industries, which that's Lucas and Todd. And yeah, I want to thank them. This is my wife's hair place here, Styles and Smiles. She's right there. I told her before I quit racing, I want a picture because back in 03, nobody could come out and get a picture with you, you know. And that's all I wanted was one picture with my wife and kids. So this is it.
There it is. Congratulations, my friend.
Yeah, thank you.
Your winner, Willie Walker.
Champion Kyler Gruhl. To his outside. In the 40, it's Dick Seidel, Tricky Dicky. The 99 is Mason Gruhl. Ernie Hull in the 15. The 199 is Kyle Gruhl. To his outside, his brother Jason. Rounding out the field in the 61 is Ron Sheehan and Mike Bacalon in the 48. Kyler Gruhl jumping out to an early lead. The 40 of Seidel sliding into behind him. Three wide in the back of the pack. Oh, Kyle Gruhl getting it sideways, keeps it straight. Kyler Gruhl out front, Mason Gruhl in second. The 40 car is now in a Gruhl sandwich. Two to the front, to the back of them. Mason Gruhl tracking down Kyler now. Ron Sheehan up into the 5th position. Mason Gruhl all over the back of his cousin Kyler. Kyle Gruhl slipping to the back of the pack as Mike Bacalon gets around him. 10 laps in, 10 to go. Mason Gruel trying to make something happen behind Kyler. Mason to the inside. Does he have enough into the corner? He does. Mason Gruel to the top. Kyler trying the crossover, and he's there. Does he get the same respect? He does. He gets his spot back. Mason will have to regroup and take another run at him. 12 laps in, 8 to go.
Kyler Gruel, here comes Mason looking back to the inside. The 299 and 99 doing battle. Jason Gruel trying to get to the inside of Tricky Dicky for the third spot. And Holy Sheon right there in fifth. 4 laps to go. Problems for Jason Gruel. Jason Gruel pulls high. Something happened to the 9 machine. Your fastest qualifier slow in turns 3 and 4. And his son Mason trying the crossover on Kyler. Mason Gruel trying to get around Kyler again. He made it stick, but Kyler got back around on the crossover move. 2 laps to go. Kyler protecting that inside line. Sheon up the racetrack, almost into the pit chute. White flag in the air, the final white flag of 2025. Through turns 1 and 2. Mason Gruel, a little love tap to the back of his cousin Kyler. Into turn number 3. Mason gets it in there. He's going to give him the bump. Is he going to give him the run? Kyler hangs on with the drift off of 4, and Mason going to spin it out right in front of Tricky Dicky. Shoo-wee. And Kyler's going to spin out on the back straightaway after the checkered flag. Good night, Irene. Take me home and put me to bed. That is it for 2025. Unless we've got a couple powder puffs. And there's a little part of me that hopes there isn't.
Pulling into Mid-Vale Speedway victory lane another time this season. Your back-to-back Crown Vic champion. Even though he's driving a Grand Marquis. Get himself unstrapped. Put your hands together for Kyler Gruel. All right, we've had time to refine this. How was it out there?
It was pretty fun this time.
Gonna say, Mason was right there. You guys flip-flop back and forth on the one lap. He tried to give you some cousin love there at the end, and
Well, I saw him pass me. I was like, nah, not gonna happen today, Mason. And I passed him, and then I started filming. I'm like, oh, please don't spin me out. And then he did.
he let you recover there down here out of 4, so not sure if any of the other girls would have done that, but at least he did.
My dad definitely wouldn't have. Or Jason. Definitely not Jason.
So, anybody you'd like to thank today?
I'd like to thank my dad. He helps me out the most on it. And the rest of my family, they're always here to support me no matter what it is, no matter who it is, honestly. Oh, yeah, and I should probably point out my sponsors. Tiger Auto, he has his own mechanic shop. He helps me with a lot, gives me a lot of parts, lets me use the rack whenever we need the rack, shit like that, or crap like that. Sorry about that. So, but yeah, I'm excited to come back for 2026.
All right, put your hands together for Kyler Gruhl.
Hey, you got to turn it on first.
Tana will. She'll floor it. I got confidence in her. Green flag's in the air.
Well, rumor has it she's been in that earlier in the year, and they had an issue with the transmission line coming off. So, and she also ran the minivan Mama's race that we had at the first night of Destruction.
Yeah, she'll throw it in there. There's no doubt. We got a pass for second. Christy Hole on the outside. Oh, or they're hitting the gas finally. They found out where it was at. Hey, I'm not going to lie. I guarantee you that these two have driven faster on a city street than what they're driving right now in a race car with a roll cage and protective gear.
Oh, and the pass is complete. Christy Hole into second.
As Tana Gruhl's getting to put them both a lap down. You could deduct a lap from the second and third place cars, and Tana's still going to win.
Getting a little aggressive there, making the pass. They'll put the 199 a lap down.
Give her the fender. Give her the fender. Checkered flag for Tana Gruhl.
All right, everybody, put your hands together for our Powder Puff competitors. Thank you, fans, for staying and watching tonight's events. We appreciate you coming out this weekend. Drive safe on your way home. Don't forget, October 11th, Night of Destruction. Last on-track action for Midvale Speedway this year.
All right, 2025 in the books for racing at Midvale Speedway. We'll talk to Tana real quick. At least we got a Jason Gruhl car in victory lane at some point in time this year.
Hey, at least Mason made it to victory lane in it before her.
Pulling into Midvale Speedway victory lane in the Gruel Nation 99. At least there was 2 Gruels from the same family that got into victory lane this year, although the husband couldn't do it. Getting ready to climb out, your Powder Puff winner, Tana Gruel. So you were out there, put your foot in it, lap the field.
Hey, I wanted some competition, but I guess I gotta do it alone.
Well, and that's all right. Sometimes you got to do stuff on your own.
Yeah, I'll take it.
When you're married to Jason, that's true too.
Exactly.
Love you, buddy. All right, so who do you want to thank? You had fun, right?
I had a blast. It's always fun driving, even if it's only for 8 laps or whatever it was. So, thank my son for letting me drive it.
Well, you should. You paid for it, so he should let you drive it.
Yeah, I just want to thank my whole family, Tom, Vicky, all of our sponsors. It was awesome.
Good year. You guys had a good year. So, you know, looking forward to next year. You had a good weekend. So, all right. I'll let you go celebrate.
Thank my mom and dad for coming to watch, too.
Oh, yep, there. You can't forget them. Hey, good job, kid.
Thank you.
Tana Gruel, your Powder Puff feature winner.
Again, thank you to everyone.
Great job by them. They'll get the fire put out on the 01 Douglas Ralph, who took a hard hit into the front straightaway. Lucius looking to the outside of the market. That 29 truck, your championship truck. In the 2025 and Trent Croft trying to get around veteran Marty Gerber. Lucius to the lead. Can he clear Gerber? Lucius a little sideways off the two. He's got Gerber cleared. Comes to bottom and does. New race leader Mark Lucius. Lucius goes, green flag is out. Bob Johnson drops back in the high lane. Here comes the Eagles back to the inside. Marty Gerber trying to run down race leader Mark Lucius. 2 laps to go this time around. Johnson back to the outside of Eagle. White flag for Mark Lucius in the 29. Off of turn number 4, checkered flag for Mark Lucius. Josh Peoples third, and Bob Johnson finishing 4th in the O'Reilly. things go. Bogart way up the racetrack. Take second from Kurtz. Yellow flag back out. 68 of Gary Hootengarter around in turn 4. We hit the line. And green flag is out. Side of the corner on a Brady card. Back in the field. Rounding out your field in 10th, Vinny Tannerelli. Hard into the wall and piling in turn number 1. Contact between Elkins and Knuckles just after the start-finish line back from the fence in turn 1. Do not go up by the fence in turn number 1. 51 of Elkins hard. All kinds are almost split Bubba Smith over. It looks like all the drivers are out of their cars and good to go.
I can only watch so much, and there's certain ones that we come to see, and those are the races I could have out in. Like number 00 right here.
Also, Canotton Valley Softball doing 50-50 here at the racetrack, so make sure you stop down and see Canotton Valley Softball. I know they're getting ready to do a trip to Pigeon Forge in the spring for spring training, so make sure you stop down and help them get to Pigeon Forge, Tennessee next spring. So please stop down and get the 50-50 for Canotton Valley Softball.
displeasure with the 3 of Dunphy.
Looks like Mike Stone trying to pull away, and Kyle Purvis very upset with Dunphy. We'll see what happens here. On the H&M Collision big screen, you can see Dunphy in the center of the screen. He's trying to get down behind the 0 of Ripley. And it's the 331 Stone. Was there, and Dunphy and him make contact. Stone turns up the racetrack and collects Kyle Purvis. And they go into the wall in turn number 1.
Of San Diego going inside.
So here's a better view from the Mid-Vid Racing video team. Great view. Dunphy trying to get to the bottom. 331 of Stone. He gets in a little deeper and got onto the binders. They're still not all the way on the bottom of the racetrack. Just a very weird accident right there. Didn't look like Dunphy crowded 331 of Stone much. It looked like maybe Stone got on the brakes and it started to swap in on him. And, I mean, it's definitely a racing accident. Nothing intentional there, but it's a racing deal. I got a couple of good cars, and I know Kyle Purvis is on.
piece of it. From the back, all the way back up to the front. Positioned in the 3 machines. 3s are wide. You're welcome. Stamping them in the 4th slot. AP Red round out your top 10, along with a couple powder puffs if we get sign-ups for those to finish up 2025 at Midvale Speedway. Jumping the restart for the initial start once again. Green, no left in, green flag in the air. Second, helping. He almost went up and got in the Elkins. And green flag is out. the outside, it might be lost. Walker on the bottom, Silver on the top. Look it together. The 34, the 33, trying together. Yeah. Yellow flag is out. And Shimco's helmet comes rolling down the track. Taking a look at the H&M Collision big screen. 34 of Yoder on the top of the racetrack, the 5 of Lawson. So tough break for Conrad Yoder as he's on the hook pulling pit side. Bill Shimko going to be on the hook pulling pit side. We'll see what happens with the 97 of Walker.
Yeah, it was hard contact on the front of that 97 car with Yoder coming up, so we'll have to they're taking a look at it. He's still in the car, so he can still go for it. So 21 laps in, 9 laps to go once we get set back up here. Andrew. Goodbye, Andrew. It was nice sitting with you, Andrew.
Bye, Andrew.
Bye, Andrew.
Bye.
Car Shimco off the track. The choose code back out. So the 5 of Mike Lawson charged with this caution. Put Will Walker out front, Phil Cox in second, Matt Darlison, Brian Gardner, Bob Zivla Jr., and Mikey Lawson rounding out who's left. Dynamite Performance Tuning choose code out there. White flag in the air. On the front row. We'll see if there's any damage to that 97 once it goes. We're in the restart zone and he's off! All over for that first position. Coming in on 5 laps to go this time by. Over to the side. Little Cox looking to his inside. And Walker's around. Yellow. Last time, we'll see what he does. Oh, and he hesitates just enough. Donaldson got a jump on it. Time by. Oh, number 44 and 63 gets yellow flag is out. Second. White flag in the air. Coming through checker flag down. Darlison, Zillow, Lawson, and Gardner rounding out your field.
Willie said he's all messed up right now. He's all discombobulated. He's in there shaking. He ain't won a feature in quite a while. So I said, "You want to take a lap, man?" He's like, "Oh yeah. Let me." He fires the car back up. I don't know. These guys all out of sorts. Maybe that's the way everybody was today. I don't know. Pulling into Midvale Speedway victory lane for the first time in a long time. He's won in street stocks and Detroit irons. I don't think he's won in a mod, but he's pulling into Midvale Speed.
The 40 side hill sliding in behind him. Straight. The 40 car is now in a cool sandwich. in the air, the final white flag in 2025. Into turn number 3, Mason gets it in there. He's going to give him the bump. Is he going to give him the run? Tyler hangs on with the slip on the 4, and Mason going to spin it out right in front of Tricky Dicky. Out on the back straightaway after the checkered flag. Good night, Irene. Take me home and put me to bed. That is it for 2025. Unless we've got a couple powder puffs, and there's a little part of me that hopes there isn't.
Pulling into Midvale Speedway victory lane another time this season. Your back-to-back Crown Vic champion, even though he's driving the Grand Marquis. And they had an issue with the transmission line coming off, so. And she also ran the Minivan Mama's race that we had the first night of destruction.
Yeah, she'll throw it in there, there's no doubt. Christy Hole on the outside. Finally, they found out where it was at. Hey, I'm not gonna lie. I guarantee you that these two have driven faster on a city street than what they're driving right now in a race car with a roll cage and protective gear.
Oh, and the pass is complete. Christy Hole in the second.
As Tanner Grohl's getting to put them both a lap down. You can deduct a lap. Third place cars and Tana's still gonna win.
Getting a little aggressive there, making the pass. They'll put the 199 a lap down.
Give her a fender! Give her a fender! Checkered flag for Tana Grohl.
Put your hands together for our Powder Puff competitors. Thank you, fans, for staying and watching tonight's events. We appreciate you coming out this weekend. Drive safe on your way home. Don't forget October 11th, Night of Destruction.